So what up, guys? I told you I was going to do the story time with my ex because she wants to keep talking about me. And I told her, if you continue to talk about me, I'm going to post your business all over social media, and I don't give a fuck who sees it. So here we go. This girl I was dating, Gabby, a year ago. Right. We knew each other from high school. We all went to high school in Clarksville. You know what I'm saying? I was in high school at the same time she was in high school, but she was dating somebody, and I was not even dating any people like that in school. So we graduated in 2014. Fast forward 10 years later, I ended up coming back to Clarksville because my little sister passed away, and I ended up moving in the same neighborhood as her. The worst mistake I ever made. I didn't know she lived in the neighborhood, but I had seen her, and my sister told me that she lived in the neighborhood, so that's how I knew she lived in the neighborhood. And I was just like, oh, okay, but I wasn't paying no attention. She started DMing me on Facebook. And we started talking. I was working at the gas station right there in our neighborhood, so she started coming up to the gas station, seeing me, boom, 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 boom. We started kicking it, and shit went from kicking it to us being in a full-blown relationship. Now, this is the kicker. This is a little backstory. When me and her started kicking it and we started seeing ourselves getting serious, and that was like in 3 months. Y'all know how lesbian relationships go. I still had my place. My sister lived with me, and my place was right down the street from where she lived at. But I was mainly at her house. She never wanted me to go home. She didn't want me to go hang out with no friends. She wanted me to sit in the house with her all day, and if I wasn't sitting in the house with her all day, she wanted to sit up at work with me all day, every day. And I never thought nothing about it until all the bullshit happened later on. So, damn, I lost my train of thought. So we was in real close proximity. Okay. I used to hear little things around the city. People used to come into my store and tell me little different things about her. But again, that's the person that I'm with, and I love her. So I'm not going to take anybody else's word for it if I haven't seen the shit myself. You know, seen it or have any suspicions that she's doing this, that, or that. So I never thought nothing about it. Brushed that shit off, kept going on about my business, right? So, what was it? Not last year, but the year before that, she has this cousin, right? Now, when we started hanging out and dealing with each other and shit like that, her and this cousin, they weren't cool. Like, they was beefing. You know what I'm saying? Some family shit, they was beefing. They're not real cousins, though. I don't know. I'm not sure. But this specific cousin, she's known for dressing like a little boy, but still fucking on niggas. She's known for dressing like a female. She'll put a wig on and some makeup, do her nails and all that good old shit, and go out and be fucking on niggas and still be fucking on bitches. She's known for that. That's what this cousin is known for. So she ends up coming into town, and now they buddy all hanging out and shit. Like, wasn't y'all just arguing before she got here? Now she in town. Y'all cool. Okay, great. Now y'all want to hang out. Now you ain't got no time for me because you finna go hang out with your cousin. But everybody already knows what type of cousin your cousin is, right? So that's when my mind starts to, okay, so I'm trying to figure out why y'all hanging out now, all of a sudden. Hold on, y'all. Let me take a shot break. Hold on. That was hectic. So, they started hanging out. Now, around this time frame when all the bullshit started, October, whatever month is before October, 2 months before October. I'm not finna sit here and do all that. Y'all gonna think I'm slow. 2 months before October is when all the bullshit started happening. And at the same time, I had got promoted to being store manager. So now I'm running my gas station. I'm hiring employees, firing employees, and I ended up hiring this one girl named Keisha as my employee. And, you know, we was cool. Me, her, and my bitch, we was all kicking it. Like, she was, you know, in between homes. The bitch Keisha was in between homes. So, you know what I'm saying? Me being a good friend, I don't like to see nobody down and out. If I can help, I'll help you any way I possibly can. So, that's what I did, you know what I'm saying? There was some nights that she would stay at the house with us, but it was never on no freaky type shit. Like, if we was upstairs sleeping in the bed, she was downstairs sleeping on the couch. Or if we was at my house and we was sleeping on my bed, she was sleeping on my floor in my room. It wasn't no, oh, threesome this, or we was doing this with this girl. That it was never that. That's never what it was, never what it was going to be. So she didn't have a car in order to get back and forth to work. So in that same time, I had my girl taking her back and forth to work. Okay, cool. Now let's back up just a tad right before I hired Keisha as my employee. This is when I found out that the bitch was cheating on me with a whole female. So I was working at the gas station one night, and When me and her got together, she had a PS5. She had bought a second PS5 so we can play GTA together. So we had one console over here on the TV, one console over here on the TV. So when I decided I started feeling like there was some bullshit going on, so I wanted to go home. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit up here dealing with all that extra ass shit. So I think she started hanging out with her cousin. She's going over there, and I'm checking her location because we was sharing each other's locations. I'm checking her location, and her location is ending up at the same spot every fucking time they hanging out together. The same address every fucking time they hanging out together. So I screenshot the address, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it just in case one day I might need it, because who the fuck is this? But when I asked her about it, everything was, oh, I'm just hanging out with her. I'm hanging out with my cousin. She took me over here. She took me over here to see this person, that person, this person. I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, me and the cousin know each other, but we don't speak. I don't have no reason to talk to you. You know? So, I don't know what ended up happening. But we had a plan for Halloween. And she never came home that night. So I had got dressed. I was sitting on the couch. I had something to drink. I had some stuff rolled up so that we can, you know, put our costumes on and go trick or treating. Let's do some grown adult kid shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Had me sitting there all fucking night. I ended up getting drunk as fuck. I fell asleep around like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. She still wasn't home. She ends up walking through the door like an hour and a half, 2 hours before I had to go to work that next morning at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't say nothing of it. I wake up with a fucking full-blown attitude because you left me sitting here in the fucking costume waiting on you, knowing good and goddamn well you wasn't coming home. So I brushed that shit off. I'm like, so we have a little slight argument on why the fuck you didn't bring your ass back home knowing I was sitting here waiting for you. No text, no call, no nothing. Right? Her excuse is she drove her car to wherever her and her cousin was going. When they got where they were going, she got in the car with her cousin, left her car wherever they went initially, and then her cousin took her somewhere else. So therefore, she couldn't leave when she wanted to leave because she didn't have her car. So that's why she didn't come home that night. I said, okay, great. We was engaged at this point, so me being who I am, if this cousin has you out here doing shit you don't normally do, I don't agree with that shit. So what I need you to do is limit your time around this person, because you wasn't acting like this before they got here. Don't start acting like this now. And I seen a girl post a video on here and it said, motherfuckers don't get caught cheating by the shit that they do. They get caught, or something like that. They get caught cheating by breaking routines. If you break a routine, motherfuckers going to notice it. If it's something that you've been doing for a month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months straight, and now all of a sudden you stop doing that, there's something wrong, honey. So I'm like, okay, great. 2 weeks passed by. I was supposed to be bringing a dish for Thanksgiving to her family Thanksgiving thing. Supposed to be bringing a dish to that and all this other shit. That never fucking happened, because in between Halloween and Thanksgiving is when everything fucking popped off. So a couple weeks after Halloween, I'm working at my gas station. An employee that I had called off second shift, so I had to go in there and work second shift. My assistant manager wasn't answering the phone, so I had to go in there and work it. Store manager, right? Now, mind you, just before that, she had let me hold one of her PS5s. The PS5 that she bought that had my profile on it. She had let me hold it that same day. She let me get that bitch. So I had it at my house. So that same night, I ended up going to work at 3. Was supposed to get off at 11 o'clock. So I'm at work, about a couple hours go by. And you know what I'm saying? We on second shift, so things is getting a little busy in the store. Her cousin, you got 2 cousins that came in, and her daddy's sister came in there, and she's like, well, I'm glad you're doing good you looking good after a breakup. And I just look at her, I'm like, who's broken up? Then she proceeds to let me know that she done met the new girl. She done been around the family. She brought them all gifts. She's coming to Thanksgiving and blah, 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 blah. This is her family members coming inside this gas station telling me her business. Now, mind y'all, I'm on the clock. And I just spoke to this bitch. She never said nothing to me. Again, never said anything to me at all. So I call her. She not answering. Call her. She not answering. Call her. She not answering. So I finally get her on the fucking phone. She's in the car with this bitch and her children. She got me on speakerphone. So the first thing I said is, I know that you with this bitch, because right after the auntie said what she said, the cousin walked in and showed me a video of her and that girl on Snapchat, and she was sucking her toes on Snapchat for everybody to see posted. Dirtbag. Hit me up for part 2. Okay, I'm back. Part 2. Ooh, part 2 of my stud girlfriend that cheated on me with one woman that I know of and 6 men. So I believe I left out the last part of where her auntie had just came into my gas station and let me know that I was single. So I'm calling her, don't get no answer. Then she finally answers the phone. She got me on speakerphone, her car speakerphone. And I don't even let her say nothing. All I allow her to say is hello. That's it. I said, you on Snapchat sucking a bitch toes. You're nasty and you're dirty. Don't talk to me ever again. Click. I hang the phone up, put my phone down, face down on the counter, and I continue to check my customers out. This bitch blowing my phone up, so I blocked that bitch. I blocked her ass immediately. Bitch, I got my own house. You can't put me out of nothing. I don't have to worry about you, bitch. I can leave your ass today and be fine tomorrow. It's fine. So she blowing my phone up, no caller ID. I finally answered that bitch. She yelling, give me my PS5, give me this, give me my PS5, give me my... I said, bitch, I'm at work. I'm not finna sit here. I'm at work. I'm not finna leave work early to come give you shit. The same way you had me waiting to find out that you were cheating, you're gonna wait for this PS5. Hung up on her ass. Blowing my fucking phone up. Now, at this time, it's probably about 8, 9 o'clock. And my assistant manager, I guess he was sleeping or whatever, but he finally woke up and called me back and he was on his way. I said, okay, perfect timing. So as he's walking into the store, the bitch is still calling my phone. So now at this point, my sister, she's off work and she already up there at the gas station. She don't even know what the fuck's going on. Now, mind you, at this time, I didn't have a car, but the walk from my job to home was maybe like a 3-minute walk if he was walking with some intentions, or a 5-minute walk if he was walking and not giving a fuck. So it's really not nothing to me. I would never be ashamed to say I had to walk anywhere. Bitch, you have to start somewhere to get where you're going. Okay? Or get where you at, wherever the fuck the saying is. But anyways, so my sister, she up there at the gas station. My assistant manager, he's walking in. So I immediately start counting my fucking drawer down. Quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry. Open this register up, get on the clock in, open this register up. I gotta go. I got some shit going down, bruh. So I'll give him a little slight story, and I get the fuck home. My sister, again, she don't know what the fuck's going on, but she's walking with me. And now as we're walking from my gas station home, in order to walk from my gas station to my house, I have to pass by her house. So the way we live, it's like her house is on the main road, and then mine's is on the little side road in the cul-de-sac. But I'm at the beginning, so I'm not in the cul-de-sac. So her house is, my job is here. I have to walk past her house to get to mine. So she steady blowing my fucking phone up. I'm ignoring that bitch. So I'm walking to the house. So as soon as I cut the corner to the main street, all you see is like 7 cars at her house. It's her mama car, her sister car, 2 of her daddy's friends' car, and the girl's car, the bitch's car. So me being who I am, you're not finna play in my face and think you're gonna get away with it. No, ma'am. So we walking past, and I'm talking shit hella loud. My sister's like, bruh, stop. I don't give a fuck. Y'all going to jail or y'all gonna die tonight. I'm not finna play with y'all. Because if the auntie know, then everybody else know. Your mama just a smiling in my face. Your sister be in my face every fucking day. No, I don't fuck with none of y'all. And nothing that none of y'all can say to me is gonna change anything. Now, mind you, she lives next door to her dad. Me and her daddy was cool from me working at the gas station before I knew he was her dad and that was his daughter. And she was his neighbor. So we was already cool. We done took shots together and shit like that. But he's a drunk too as well. These motherfuckers looking at me crazy in this parking lot. I can sit here. So he walking by, all of them outside, blah, 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 blah. She's still blowing my phone up. So by the time I get to my front door, I walk up my steps, put my shit down in my room. She's still blowing my fucking phone up. I don't answer her. But she outside. She done pulled up with the bitch in the car. Well, not even with the bitch in the car. I'll take that back. She pulls up with her daddy in the passenger seat. So he's trying to play peacemaker, like, just give her what she's asking for, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, I'm not giving her shit till I get an explanation. So call the police, do whatever it is that you need to do, bitch. Because once the police pull up, as they did, her giving me a PS5 while we were in a relationship, she cannot sue me for that. You can't. And if you do, you won't win, bitch. It's a gift. You can't sue me for that. And I had the messages to prove it. She was not going to win that case, and she knew it. But she's a police-ass bitch. That's what she does. So I had her PS5, and then she gave me an old Christmas tree, because that year for Christmas we were going to do a red Christmas tree, because clearly y'all can see red is my favorite color. So we ordered a red Christmas tree. So the old Christmas tree she had, she gave it to me, and I had it in my house so I can put it up in my gas station. So she's sitting outside for like 15-20 minutes. Me and my sister like, bruh, get the fuck on. Like, what do you do? What are you here for? So by the time that happens, her daddy's trying to talk me down. I'm telling him, like, bruh, you better tell your daughter to get in her car and pull this motherfucker off from over here, because I'm finna lose my mind. She done played in my face. I don't like that. You don't even know what's going on, and you still sitting up here trying to act like what she doing is okay. It's not. So I talked him down. I put her PS5 in a duffel bag. I stood at the top of my steps and I rode that bitch down it. You want your PS5? There you go. You can have it. So she gets her PS5 and she goes to try to like pull off, and I know I got long nails and I'm, whatever the case may be, but I was angry as fuck that day. So the box that the Christmas tree that she gave me was still sitting right there in my living room by the door. So when I tell you I picked that bitch up and I launched that bitch on top of her motherfucking car, I was hoping and praying it was heavy enough to crack her windshield, but it didn't. It wasn't. So I was like, okay, they pulled up, blah, 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 blah. She's still texting my phone. She's still texting my phone from a text plus number. I'm like, okay, great. So I took it upon myself because I found out who the bitch was. I found out who she was. We know each other from school. We wasn't ever cool, never friends, none of that, but she hung around some of the people that I hung around. So we knew of each other. So I found the bitch on Facebook. Sure did. Inboxed the fuck out of her. Like, girl, what's going on? I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because I can't be mad. I'm always the type of person. I can't be mad at the other person, because who knows what lies they was telling you and what they was telling me. You know what I'm saying? They could have been coming to you like they was single and blah, 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 whatever the case may be. So I ain't me sitting there trying to beat your ass or get mad at you for it is pointless. So me and her had a conversation. We ended up talking. Of course, I was drinking a little bit that night. So my sister telling me to calm down. I said, fuck calming down. Took my phone, took my last shot, took my phone, and I walked my ass up to her motherfucking house. Because now I'm texting the side chick, and she's like, let's meet at her dad's house and let's talk. So that's what I do. Meet at her dad's house, and we inside of her daddy's house. We sitting on the couch, we talking, we drinking, we smoking. And we comparing dates and notes and shit like that. Now, the bitch, Gabby, she done locked herself in her apartment. Mind you, her and her daddy's apartment is right next door. Right next door. She in apartment 3, he's in 4. Type shit. She done locked her ass herself in the house and don't want to come outside. Because I said, why you can't talk to me face to face? If we're over, just let me know face to face as a grown woman that you're done with me and this is who you want to be with. That's fine. I'm not finna sit here and act a fool about that. You being honest. Even though you weren't being honest, because you already cheated. So I'm like, okay, great. So me and the bitch sitting down, we talking and everything. She's texting Gabby, and I guess I don't know if she convinced her to come outside and get in the car, whatever the case was, but the bitch ended up coming out, locking herself out, unlocking herself from in the house and goes and get in her car. So when she see her going to get in her car, we walk out the house. She's like, let's get in the car, let's talk. The bitch don't want to unlock the doors. You scary ass hoe. She don't want to unlock the doors. So I'm just standing there. So the bitch is smooth talking to her and all this other shit, getting her to unlock the door. She unlocks the door. I grabbed that fucking car handle so quick and hopped in that back seat. Because what you gonna do? You're going to give me the answers that I need now. So we in the back seat and we chilling, we talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm pissed the fuck off, but I'm sitting like right here in the middle. The side bitch is in the passenger seat and Gabby's in the front seat. Can't even turn around and look at me. I'm constantly sitting there. I'm not even giving a fuck what this bitch over here talking about. I'm constantly saying, hey, look at me. If I'm not who you want, I want you to look me in my face and tell me that you want her instead of me. If you can do that, then I know that this right here, whatever y'all got going on, it might be something for real. But look me in my face and tell me that I'm not who you want. She could never look me in my face. Kept threatening me. Had her daddy come outside, pull a gun on me. He put a gun to my shoulder, put a gun to my knee, kept telling me to get out of his daughter's car. Fuck you and your daughter. You better pull that trigger, bitch, because I'm not going nowhere. So a little bit more talking happens, and in the midst of the conversation, the side bitch proceeds to let me know. Now, mind y'all, I was under the impression the whole time that she thought that she was single. That's why she was acting the way she was acting. Hell no. The bitch proceeds to let me know in my face that she knew she was engaged, and she proceeded anyways. So then now everything's changed, because not only am I just mad at this bitch, now I'm mad at you too, bitch. Get out the car, I'm finna beat both of y'all ass. I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass because you didn't play to my face for an hour and a half. You could have said that a long time ago. Part 3. I'm not posting any more parts after this until we get some traction in this bitch. But yeah. So now we at a point to where the side chick done let me know that she did know that she was engaged in a relationship and who she was in a relationship with before she proceeded to start pushing up on her. So therefore, not only is she wrong, but you're just as wrong as well. You knew and you still didn't give a fuck and you still proceeded. Therefore, now me and you have an issue. Don't fucking talk to me, bitch. So again, after I even hear this information, I'm still in the car like, bruh, Gabby, just look at me and tell me that you want to be with her instead of me, so I can get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? She never wants to do that. The bitch can't look at me worth a fuck. The one time she did look at me, the bitch bust out into tears, and that was right before the bitch proceeded to let me know that she knew she was engaged and she knew what she had going on and she didn't give a fuck. I hopped out. As soon as the bitch said what she said, I hopped my ass out the car. I got out the car and I went home. Sure did. I went the fuck home. She was blocked. Whatever text number she was texting me off of, she was blocked. Now, mind you, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was in love for real. So I did cry. I was crying. I was angry. I was upset. I was mad. I was pissed. Because first of all, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck were you playing in my face. And I don't even really know the timeline of when y'all even started fucking off with each other. But I'm just gonna put the timeline at when you started going out with your cousin again. And I sent you at this address. The moment I sent you at this address, something was bullshit because you was at this address for days at a time. Like, yeah, you would come home, you would see me, you would stop at the gas station and, you know, see me, bring me food and shit like that. But you were still going back to this same address. Whole time we sharing each other's location. So you can't be slick, bitch. So a couple days go by. I don't hear from her, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? A couple days go by. Now at this point, she got her PS5 back. There's nothing that I have that she needs. There's nothing that she has that I need. Because everything that I had at her house was my shit that I brought from my own house, which is right here. She lives right there. So a couple weeks go by, you know, about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm living my best life. I'm still working at the gas station. And then, so remember like how I told y'all her daddy lives right next door to her. Her daddy lives right next door to her, but he's an older guy and he has a lot of friends, like male friends, older male friends, and some like middle-aged too, you know what I'm saying, and some young niggas as well. So he be having them in and out their place, but again, they live right next door. So there's a lot of times to where she'll be sitting over there at her daddy's house drinking or smoking or whatever, and he'll have his homeboys over there. So therefore now she's meeting his friends is meeting her as his daughter. But she's dressed as like a stud, acts as like a stud, you know what I'm saying, but looks can be deceiving, clearly. So I'm working at the gas station and I'm about to get off, and one of her dad's homeboys that she's cool with as well, because he was at our engagement party. That's the funny thing. He comes in the gas station, we talking and shit. He buys me some cigarettes. He buys me something else. And then he's like, you want me to walk you home? I was like, you can walk me to the corner of my house, but you're not going inside my house. So he walks me to the house and shit like that. Now at this point, he didn't walk me to the corner. He walked me to my front door. He walked me to my front door. I had a bottle. I said, you want to take a shot? He said, yeah. I said, all right. And these is the rules. We finna go inside, go upstairs. You're going to sit your ass in this fucking chair. Don't touch shit in my house or in my room or wherever we decide to conversate at. So in my house, my sister lives with me and we have 3 dogs. So we had a dog at that time, but I have 3 at that time. But my downstairs wasn't made up the way I wanted it to be, so it wasn't a lot of hanging out. Like, I never had a bunch of people just at my house, one. And if I did have 1 or 2 people up at my house, my room is kind of big, so we would sit upstairs. I would have chairs and shit like that. Like, don't sit on my fucking bed. Don't go looking through my fucking room, bitch. Sit your ass down, take these shots, or smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're here for. That's it. Because it's not my only place. I don't want my sister to walk in and feel uncomfortable. She pays bills here too, so I do know how to be respectful. So I invite him in. We go upstairs. We smoking. And then we started taking shots. And then, like, before he walked me home, he had told me that he had took something. But I wasn't paying attention to what he said he had took. Because I don't give a fuck. And I don't really fuck off with people that pop pills. It's not my thing. So we up there, we probably about 3 shots in, maybe about 20 minutes done passed by. 3 shots in, we have a half a, you know what, we done smoked half of, you know what. Now we sitting there talking. And he trying to sweet talk me, but I don't get sweet talking really easily, especially not by no nigga. So I'm just looking at him like, now mind you, this is a tall, skinny, lanky ass nigga who is known in this whole entire neighborhood and probably everywhere else he goes that he snorts pills and does every fucking thing else. Me personally, I didn't give a fuck about none of that because you're not a friend of mine and this is not nothing I do on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? So we in there smoking, we drinking, and 15-20 minutes and pass by. He blurts out, yeah, me and Gabby fucked. I'm like, but then he proceeds to keep talking like that's not what the fuck he just said. So I sit there, I pause, I'm like, no, what the fuck did you just say? He's like, yeah, me and Gabby fucked, but she didn't want me to tell you. I said, excuse me? When was this? I need a time, I need a date, I need a daytime, where the fuck was I at? So then he proceeds to pull up the messages between him and her on Messenger. So y'all know how, like, I don't know why some grown folks still do this, but apparently we still do. When after you have relations with a person, you know what I'm saying, and y'all separate and then y'all talk about it again, that type of stuff through text or over the phone or whatever the case may be. That was that type of situation to where the messages that he showed me a conversation before what happened, and you can see the slight change in the conversation. So it's before what happened, I seen that part of that conversation, and then after they did what they did, I seen that conversation. The way they were talking to each other, he just telling her like, oh my God, you have a great body, that ass is nice. Like, he just complimented her body and shit like that. So I started asking him about her tattoos, you know what I'm saying? Because she has a lot of tattoos and they're in specific spots. So if you're going to tell me she has a tattoo, you can't tell me where that tattoo is. And I'm not really just going to believe you 100% because in order to see those specific tattoos, you have to have seen her naked. So then he started describing her body and her tattoos and the places that her tattoos are. There's no way you can see those tattoos anywhere else unless she sent you pictures of them or you seen it for yourself. So I force him. He's like, well, she didn't want me to tell you. So I force him. I type a message from him to her on Facebook, telling her as him that he told me that they had sex, and I made him hit send before I put him out of my motherfucking house. So as soon as I knew he sent that, I sent that message. I put him the fuck out of my house. I said, don't ever talk to me again. So his whole reasoning behind saying it in the first place was because he felt like, okay, I already fucked one of y'all. So maybe because you already know she cheated on you, you'll want to fuck her knowing that she fucked me while y'all was together. Nigga, are you slow? That's not going to get you no coochie. You just played yourself. But anyways, because you wasn't going to get no coochie anyway. But if that was the case, if you were somebody who I was going to get some coochie to, you just played yourself out of it. Stupid. Niggas are dumb. So I picked my bottle up. I had a fucking big ass bottle of Amsterdam. I picked that bitch up and I said, get the fuck out of my house now. And if you don't leave, I'm gonna crack your ass and call the police and wait for him to show up. Get out. So he leaves. He's still trying to, I'm sorry this, I'm sorry that. I didn't know, blah, blah. Yeah, you did. You knew because you was at our engagement party. You're a liar. So not even 10 minutes after I put this nigga out my fucking house. Now, mind y'all, she's still blocked on my phone. Here I am getting a no caller ID. Phone call. Now you want to call and explain. What's there to explain? I already know the facts. But now at this point, it's what he told me versus whatever it is that she's going to tell me and what I've already seen, which is the proof, right? So you can't lie, bitch. I already know the truth. Who told you this? Blah, 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 bro. I ran down the whole situation to him like, bro, he already let me know. Can we meet up and talk? Can we meet up and talk? Can we meet up and talk? So I met her at the gas station a couple days later after that. I met her at the gas station and we talked about it. Yeah, I know I could have done better. It was just, he took advantage of me, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. This is not the first time you've said a man has taken advantage of you and you didn't say nothing to nobody about it. One, your daddy is a hothead and that's his homeboy. So if you let your daddy, even if you just let your daddy know that his homeboy tried to take advantage of you, your daddy would have handled the situation, would have beat that nigga ass, and you know that. But instead, you proceeded to let whatever happened happen and didn't say nothing to nobody. And you kept living your life like nothing happened. But I'm supposed to sit here and act like this man came into your house and took advantage of you while I was at work. Jumped over your back porch and came in there and... Also, hold on. For anybody in Clarksville who may or may not see this fucking video, I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. Okay? I will be name dropping. No, nobody in any of these stories scare me. So yes, I will be name dropping because I'm not a scary bitch and can't nobody. I'm not worried about what nothing anybody has to say and or wants to do. So yes, I'm saying names, everybody's names, from the cheaters, cheaties, everybody, anybody who was involved. Your name will be dropped. Tag yourself. Y'all also want to know what else is diabolical right now? It's like, as soon as I posted part 1 yesterday, I thought I had this bitch blocked on every social media app. I guess I don't. Why, as soon as I posted part 1, the bitch hop in my inbox texting me paragraphs on TikTok? Don't worry about it. I already got them screenshotted. I will be dropping those receipts as well because she got me fucked up. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Oh, so now you think that you can talk me out of this? You can't talk me out of nothing. What's done is done. Sorry, boo-boo. Should have thought about that before you started talking about me. Have a good day. Okay. Let's get back into it. I guess this is part 4. Y'all been tearing my ass up. Okay? I don't feel the best. Okay? I look horrible. I've been throwing up all day. Okay? I guess did too much yesterday, but let's see. Where are we left off at? Oh, let me go ahead and say this before I start the rest of this. I know that there's women out there that has been taken advantage of in real life. You know what I'm saying? Speak up for yourself. We won't know unless you tell us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take that away from anybody. But I also don't like people who lie about things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just be truthful about what happened. Because you lie, the ones who lie about it make it harder for people to believe the ones that it actually really happened to. And that is insane. So, I think I left off when we met up, we talked about it. And she told me he took advantage of her, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay, great. I went on about my business. She went on about her business for a few months. I started dating somebody else. She was still dating the girl she left me for. Now, during this time, a few weeks done passed. Now, the girl, the cheatee, no, I don't know what to call him, but the girl she's now with, she starts inboxing me on Facebook asking me questions about the Gabby bitch. And I'm like, well, if you're asking me these questions, I mean, you wanted her so bad, figure it out on your own. Don't come to me for no help. Don't think that I'm finna give you no assist, no nothing, no none of that. You wanted her so bad, figure it out on your own. I'm not telling you shit. Don't ask me nothing else. That's not my job. Just like you didn't feel like it was your job to tell me, like you didn't feel like it was your job to tell me what y'all was doing, or you didn't feel that it was your job for you to do anything for me. So why the fuck do you feel like I'm gonna do anything for you? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. So, I guess the person that I was with, all they wanted to do was sit around and smoke and play video games all day. I work all day. I don't want to come home and have to sit here and watch you play the game till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, cook, clean up, shower, wash clothes, then have to go to sleep and get up to go to work in the morning, to do it all over again, to come home to you not doing shit. We weren't even having sex enough for me to even not think about the shit you wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? So I was ready to go ahead and get away from that person. And that, in the midst, me and her start back communicating. Now, the reason we started back communicating was because I don't know what happened. Oh, boy needed some smoke. And she the only person that I knew, so I hit her up, and he knew he knew who she was. He sent me over there to get smoke from her for him. And so that's how we started back, like, talking and shit like that. She felt like the door was open, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I was talking back because I was getting irritated with being around this man, and I already was with her, you know what I'm saying? Even though the situation ended the way it was, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to walk around with hate in my heart, so we still, you know, talking, and then next thing you know, the situation happened with him. I got rid of that person, and then me and her started back talking, but it wasn't no full-blown relationship. We was back hanging out and things like that. But then it started to get to a point to where I was feeling smothered again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just not in a good headspace, and I was just like, yeah, no. This situation is not working out for me. But at the same time, like I said, I was cool with her daddy before even knowing that he was her daddy. So at the same time, like, we would go over her dad's house in the midst of us. Now we're back in communication. I would go over her dad's house, and we'd be over there smoking and drinking and stuff. And he always has somebody at his house. If it's not one, it's at least 2, 3, 4 niggas he keeps around. You know what I'm saying? Now the homeboy that she had already admitted to me that she messed around with, he was no longer around. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he done moved out the neighborhood with his bitch, right? Oh, also, I did let the bitch that he was dating at the time, I definitely let her know that they slept together. I'm not finna keep that to myself. You need to know. Your man's a cheater. He had fucking on girls that look like boys. Just in case you were wondering. She stayed with him, but it's okay. I went back to her too, so it was just like, ugh. But, then her dad would have his homeboys over there. We drinking and we smoking, and y'all know how some older people be now. He had homeboys that was older. He had some middle aged. He had some young niggas over there too. There was this one light skinned dude that used to come around. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know what he is, but he does drugs as well. Come over there and be drunk and stuff like that. We drinking, we taking shots. She would leave and go back to her house and grab something, whatever, never. And then, you know, now here everybody is, they starting to say their little slick comments because it's just like, oh, you back around her after what you already know she did? Damn, only if you find out what she really been doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be catching little hints and shit, like things like that. Or if they come into my gas station and I'm in there and they see that she not in that bitch, they say little slick shit like, you said what? Y'all did. Oh. Okay. But for some reason, men feel like bragging about that type of stuff is cool, especially when it comes to like lesbian relationships. If a woman is cheating on a woman with a man, they just feel like, oh, yeah, I got her. She supposed to be with a man anyways, blah, 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 blah. So that's cool. I got her, so let me see if I can get you. That's not how it works over here, boo. Back up. Please, now, back up. Thanks. So it just be little things like that. So in the midst of us getting back cool, we back, you know, chilling with each other and things like that. 2 of the homeboys come into the gas station one night and they say something. But they drinking, they in there buying beer, right? He holler out, yeah. He starts painting this whole scenario of them in a car doing this, and that. I'm like, okay, keep going. I said, okay, so now he starts to describe her body and things like that. I'm like, okay, what's next? When did this happen? Was it, you know what I'm saying, since I've been around? Then that's where, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say, well, you already done said that much. You might as well keep going. Keep going. Tell me everything. You already started it. Shit, keep going. Let's go. Let's hear it. So I confront her about that. You know he be drinking. He don't know what he talking about, blah, 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 blah. So then she takes it upon herself to, when I'm not around, when I'm at work and she's at the house, to call my phone to text me. To call my phone to let me know that she ran into that same homeboy. And she checked him about going around and telling lies about them having done anything together in a car. So I'm like, all right. Me, I'm the type of person is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if one person tell me that, you know what I'm saying, my person did that, okay, cool. 2 people telling me this happened, okay, all right now. Hold on, it's a little hitting, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Now, once we start hitting on 3 and 4 and 5, you're not finna sit here and tell me all these niggas lying. Hold on. So, in the same time of me finding out about oh, I done checked this dude. There's a whole nother homeboy that comes to me and tells a whole nother homeboy, daddy's homeboy, tells me a whole nother situation, the same similar situation to the first nigga. He done jumped over the fucking balcony and y'all in there playing the fucking game. And then one thing led to another. Now y'all fucking. But it wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, okay. Where was I? I'm not sure. I think he was at work or something. Oh, okay. Great. So now at this point, I'm already disconnecting myself from her and everything. I'm disconnecting myself. Trying to figure out how the fuck I'm finna get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? The most peacefulest way. You know what I'm saying? And I could not figure that shit out for like 2 months, bro. It was so hard. It was weighing on me. I just don't like to hurt people, even though they hurt me first. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that type of person. And for y'all, hold on, I'm gonna finish the story in the next part. But for y'all in the comments, some of y'all in the comments that's thinking that it's unprovoked, like, she literally inboxed me yesterday after I posted part 1. And I'm gonna try to put this in here somewhere. But if she didn't do something to me first, she wouldn't be in my inbox trying to explain herself. Because she already knew what was gonna happen if she didn't leave me alone like I told her. So next part coming. I wanted to say this too to y'all. I'm not 100% sure that her dad knew that she was fucking off with his homeboys. I don't think he knew, because when I told him about the first homeboy, he's like, she did what? Now, at this time, him and old boy had already fell out, so they wasn't really just talking to each other like that anyway, and old boy was in the midst of moving out of the neighborhood. So he wasn't over there at the dad's house. So he said he went and said something to her about it, and she denied it. And then when she denied it, she texted my phone and asked me, did I tell her dad? And I told her, absolutely. That's not my secret, that's yours. The fuck? So I don't think he knew. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I did just want to go ahead and say that. Her dad's a fucking psychopath. And he's a drunk. Hey y'all, I'm back. Slightly, but I'm here. This wig is coming off tomorrow, so don't look forward to seeing this again. So I think we're on part 5, but I think now we're gonna backtrack just a tad because I skipped over something. Now this what I'm about to talk to y'all about, this is when we were in the transition of me thinking that she was cheating with old girl before I found out that she was actually cheating with old girl. So when I first met this girl, Gabby, it was already a story all over Clarksville that she had a baby some years ago. You know what I'm saying? She had a baby and the baby passed away. Okay, cool. So around this time, it's still like whatever month is before October. Whatever month is before October, I believe. I think her son's birthday was coming up. But him being passed away, you know what I'm saying? They celebrate his birthday because he passed, as you should, you know. Nothing's wrong with that. So I decided to take her, I decided to book her a trip out of town to this little mini cabin for that weekend, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't have to sit at the house and her thinking about this baby all day, because I'm not trying to sound mean or anything like that, but sometimes the excuses that she would use about this baby, it would just be so annoying, because it's like, bruh, everything that happens in your life isn't about this child. Like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Calm down. You see somebody walking in Walmart with a newborn baby and now you want to bust out crying, or you want to be in your feelings because they have a baby and you don't. Honey, things in life happen for a reason. God took that baby away from you because you weren't ready. So we out of town, we at this little cabin and everything like that. Now, mind you, right before I started feeling like she was doing something she didn't have no business doing, right before her little cousin came back in town, we was in the talks of, mind y'all, we already engaged, so we was in the talks of trying to have a baby. So now at this point, we going to doctor's appointments trying to see who can and cannot have a baby. Me personally, I have PCOS, so I already knew that I was not going to be able to carry no baby. I already knew that, but I still want to go to the doctor just to be sure. You know what I'm saying? She had already got pregnant before and had a baby. So we know one of the two of us can carry that baby. If it had to be her, she was going to do it, but she said she didn't want to, right? So here we are. We planning this trip to, we out of town in Nashville, Salina, Tennessee. And it's the night before his birthday. I think the night before was his birthday or the morning of was his birthday. I'm not really sure, but we ended up chilling, cooking dinner, and we went to sleep that night. Now, mind you, I'm in the bed. Now, this next morning, I don't even know what time it was in the morning. This next morning, I'm laying in the bed sleep. She's wide awake. But this ain't nothing new for me, so I'm asleep. Fuck that. I got my phone over there, but I keep my phone on vibrate so I can hear it when it goes off. You know what I'm saying? The vibrations will wake me up. So my phone keep dinging, 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 dinging. So after the last time it dinged, I finally rolled over and I realized she was out the bed and she was in the bathroom. So I rolled over and I checked my phone, and it's long ass fucking paragraphs that she's texting me. Now, in the midst of these paragraphs say some things along the line of, no, we was talking about a baby, I got a surprise for you, blah, 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 blah. Then she proceeds to start telling me this stupid ass fucking story. She has a barber. She cut her hair. She had dreads. She had a barber, right? This barber is a man. I met him twice. Apparently, a couple days before the actual trip to Salina, Tennessee, she went to go get her hair cut by the barber. Now, mind you, when she told me she was going to get her hair cut, I already knew she was going to go get her hair cut because she texted me. It was like, on my way to the barber to get my hair cut, type shit. And he wants some, you know what, so I'm going to drop that off to him as well. I'm like, okay, great. I'm at work. So I'm like, okay, great. Never thinking nothing of it. A couple days go by. We in Salina, Tennessee. So in these text messages, she's proceeding to explain to me how when she went to go get her haircut from the barber and to drop off that, you know what, he gave her some semen in a pill bottle. Now, if anybody lives in Clarksville, Tennessee, we know where Riverside Drive is. Her barbershop is on Riverside Drive, right across from the water, right there. Where we live at on Wilma Rudolph is all the way down Riverside and all the way down Wilma Rudolph, damn near right here by the mall. Okay, great. So she said he gave her a pill bottle of semen. She took that pill bottle of semen, she put it in her pocket, her purse, wherever the fuck she does, and she drove all the way back home to her apartment. She took that semen out of that pill bottle and she inserted it into herself while I was at work, and didn't say a word to me. Okay? So, but her conscience had got so bad that she was scared to tell me about what she did. She goes to the store, buys a Plan B, and takes the Plan B. Now, mind you, the Plan B part did not come out until after the fact. Now, this is when the Plan B part comes in, because now when I wake up and realize the messages that she's sending me and she's in the bathroom on the phone with her mama. Telling her mama this. She not telling her mama how she did it or when she did it. All she doing is telling her mama that she thinks she may be pregnant. Right? So now she waking me up out my sleep. Her mama on the phone. She waking me up out my sleep. I'm woke up with a immediate attitude, because why the fuck am I waking up to this? And why do you think that that's okay? If we are in a relationship and we're talking about getting pregnant, why the fuck do you think that you can go out and just find whatever nigga you want to find, use his sperm to get pregnant, and I'm supposed to sit here and be okay with that? All because you lost a baby and you want a baby. No, honey. And if anybody in this world in their right mind think that that's okay, you're insane. So her and the mama now, they both got a fucking attitude, because they're like, oh, well, you acting like it's a problem. You're not happy for her, blah, 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 blah. It's not that I'm not happy for her, but honey, but the way you went about that is not how you do it. That shit ain't cool. So now we packing every fucking thing up. Her mom was like, well, y'all need to go to the store and get pregnancy tests. So we done packed up the fucking the little fucking cabin, got in the fucking car, drove down the road to a fucking Dollar General to get fucking pregnancy tests. She take the pregnancy test. All three of them come back negative, right? So they all three come back fucking negative. Now at this point, I don't want to fucking talk. I don't have shit to say to you or your mama. Take me home. So now we riding home. I'm in silence the whole time. She full blown mad because I'm mad at the fact that she could have been pregnant and I wasn't happy about it. So this is my first question. If this is what you was going to do, why was I not there with you for that? I'm going to be there with you to take care of the baby. I'm going to be there with you through pregnancy. Why the fuck would I not be there? 1, 2. Why would you not even talk to me about who you was thinking about using as a donor? That's what makes it sketchy, honey. So no, he didn't give you shit in the pill bottle. We all know what happened. Because if it happened the way it happened, you wouldn't have had no problem telling me at all. You wouldn't have had no problem with me being there during that at all. If it went the way you said it did. You think I'm stupid? So now we got the barber on the list. You out here fucking studs. So we get all the way back home. Now, mind you, on our way back home this same day after we just found out all this bullshit, we were supposed to be having a little get-together at her house with all of her family with the T-shirts on of the baby. But I don't want to fucking be around none of these folks. That shit ain't cool. So then we get all the way back to the house. Now we ride this house. We get back to the house like an hour and a half before everybody's supposed to be showing up. She proceeds to come down the steps and let me know that she had took a plan B. So then I just look at her and I bust out laughing. I'm like, bro, you have to be fucking kidding me. So you got someone's sperm, you put it inside yourself. You thought that you was pregnant. You were scared to fucking tell me, so you didn't fucking tell me what you did. So you just went ahead and took a plan B and hoped that it was going to be okay. Then turn around and tell your mama what you did or the situation, and then proceed to let me know that you took a fucking plan B. So if you already knew you took a plan B, why in the fuck are we at this store over here getting pregnancy tests, wasting money and time? If you already knew you took a plan B, why the fuck would you say anything to anyone, honey? What type of sense does that make? So not only now was you fucking on me, you fucking on your barber. You done smashed two of your daddy's homeboys. On top of this is still in the same timeline as her cheating on me with this female. So you fucking two bitches and four niggas. All at once. Because the only reason why I know it's the same timeline as old girl is because when all the shit happened after Halloween, that's when we was sitting there comparing our fucking notes, and she let me know that the first time they had sex was Halloween. But when she was out of town with me for the baby's little birthday celebration shit, she told the bitch that her mama and her sister had took her out of town for the baby's birthday. So she wasn't out of town with me, she was out of town with her mama and her sister. You're just a liar. Like, nothing out of your mouth is true. You can't believe shit that comes out of this girl's mouth. That's in fucking sane. I don't even know what number nigga we on, but at this point, I don't even, bruh. Me just sitting here thinking about it is pissing me the fuck off. But I'm finna go here and give me some food real quick, and then I'll be back. I gotta try to find these messages. Because I inboxed to her mama, I inboxed it, the bitch, and I inboxed to her, me and her sister had fucking words. I had family, and anybody know the Day family, Gabby Day, and fucking in Clarksville, y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all do. Don't act like you don't.
Hey, you mentioned
also,
on the phone that you had some ideas about
let me say this too. For those in my comments sitting here telling me that I'm wrong for telling this story, or I'm making myself look bad by telling this story, you don't think I thought about all that shit before I decided to post the story time?
The active fireman, like my nephew.
I know all that. I'm well aware of everything like that, but I'm healed. The situation's over. It's long gone. It's consequences to every fucking actions. So therefore, I'm telling my story time. It is what it is. Anybody who does not like it, go somewhere else. I don't know what to tell y'all. Oh, also, stop. My current girlfriend, is not the bitch that I'm talking about in these videos. So the girl that's posted on my page is not the girl I'm talking about in these videos. So leave her alone, okay? I would highly appreciate that. She ain't did nothing to nobody. She ain't got nothing to do with this. We are content in our relationship, so therefore I can talk about it. We can talk about it. Yes, I knew me telling her, y'all. Me telling y'all her name. Y'all was gonna go look the bitch up. I knew that was gonna happen. But I am not tagging her or anything like that because I don't care for her to get any type of attention from this. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling this story to tell my story. I don't care for her to be engaging. You know what I'm saying? Not over here. Y'all can do, you know what I'm saying? She can do whatever it is she doing, wherever she doing it at. But as far as over here, nothing. So if I do come across the comments where y'all dropping pictures of her, I'm going to delete them. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that now, because I don't want to see her. I don't want to be scrolling through my comments and see her face 1, 2, and she not finna get. This is not about her. This is about me. This is about Veronica, not her. I'm trying to go running here real quick, but that's the thing. But like I said, I was a manager at a gas station, so I worked from 4:35 in the morning to 4:35, 6 o'clock p.m. every day, 7 days a week, damn near. So, like, even if she wasn't up there at the store, she was texting me all the fucking time, or she'll lie to me and say, well, I gotta go make a run with this person, my sister, or this person, or I gotta go do this real quick, or I gotta go ride here and go do this, blah, 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 blah. But in the meantime, like, she'll call me, like, once every hour, oh, this, or talk to me, see how I'm doing, ask me if I need anything, blah, 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 blah. So, she was still in communication up my ass, but when she wasn't physically there with me, standing in that fucking gas station every fucking day. Or we sitting up in the house playing the fucking game. She was constantly on my motherfucking phone all day, every fucking day. That's all she fucking did. And that's all she fucking did. So I wanted to go ahead and put that out there too. We back. So now that we've backtracked a little bit, let's go back forward, right? So now we're past all the whole me finding out she was cheating on me with the bitch, me meeting the bitch. We look at this fucking crackhead, bro. Insane. I gotta get out of Clarksville. Gots to go. But we passed all that, right? So now we to the point where she was still with the bitch. I done moved on to somebody else, and now we back, you know. So like I was saying, now this is where this whole other female named Keisha comes into play, right? And then this is also where my current girlfriend is going to start slowly but surely coming into play. But this video is actually going to show y'all why I started making these videos in the first place, because she went around and started telling people that I cheated on her with the girl that I'm with right now. That's insane. That's insane. So my plan was to just go ahead and give y'all a backstory on how we even got up to that point in the first place. Right? So now this is everything that she did before I got with my girl. Okay, cool. So, at this point, I had an employee at my store. Her name was Keisha. We got cool. The bitch was coming and hanging out with us. Me and the bitch. We was going out. We was doing shit. Like, she was super fucking cool, right? So, now mind you, me and this girl, Gabby, we ain't locked in. It's no major shit. I was in a state of delusion from what she did to me, and then hopping into the shit that I hopped into right after that. I was in a state of delusion for me to still be even communicating with her at all, because I should have never started back communicating with her. That was my first mistake. But hey, everybody, you live and you learn, right? So I'm in a state of delusion, like, bruh, if I can't get this girl off my mind and I can't stop thinking about her, and I'm comparing everything that anyone else does to her, then that has to mean that I must really love this girl. So let me just go back and see if she can change. That was that was sort of the mindset that I was in at that time. So I said, fuck it, why not go back? And plus, I might as well go back to something that I already had, compared to going and just letting somebody new, that type of shit. So I was like, okay, yeah, cool. It makes sense to me, so I made it make sense. Simple. I made it make sense because I wanted to. So now as I'm getting more, at this point, there's some shit going on between me and some employees that I got at my store. Like, it was some shit going on, and shit got real hectic real fast up there at that motherfucking gas station. I ain't gonna lie. So, in the midst of this, like I said, I was a manager, so I was having call outs. If one of my employees call off and I can't find another employee to cover it, I gotta get my ass up and go in there and cover that shift. There's no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? So we was going through a lot of those type of situations, and like I said, this Keisha bitch, she was in between homes. She didn't have no car. She was in between homes. She had a fucking puppy, and that was it. Now mind you, she was all right. She was a pretty girl. Nice body, you know what I'm saying? She was super cute. Like, if me and her actually was real friends, it could have been a cool friendship, but it didn't work out that way. So, at this point, I got Keisha working at my store. I got this little young bitch named Anaya working at my store. I got this gay fat boy working at my store named Kentrell. I got him in some videos on my page. I just fuck his ass too. That's a whole nother story time with the friend group and this bitch and all this shit. So, I don't know what we were talking about one day. She put up on me at the gas station. I don't know what we were talking about. And she was saying she was cleaning her car out. But in the midst of her cleaning her car out, it was a little keychain. You know, like how people take those family pictures and they put them on a keychain and put in shit like that. It was a little keychain of her and that bitch and all her children in matching Christmas outfits taking Christmas pictures. And she was throwing it away from in her car. But I'm just looking at her like, Damn, you up here taking pictures? You taking pictures with the bitch and her kids? The whole reason why you said you cheated on me in the first place was because I wasn't giving you enough sex. So you leave a woman with no kids, then you getting it 2, 3, 4 times a day for a woman with 3 children with disabilities. She needs to have attention. They need attention. There's no way you finna sit here and tell me that you was getting more sex over there than you was over here. That's insane. I could never believe it. But if that was the case, then hey, do you boo? And so from that point, I was just like, okay, yeah, something. My feelings started to go somewhere else. So then there was one day, I had got off work. We was at the house. I'm sitting downstairs on her couch with my bathrobe on, playing the game. She's in the kitchen cooking or something like that. Her front door is open and she got a screen door. Screen door's closed, front door's open. Then this light-skinned nigga with some dreads, strong ass fucking face, walked through the door. Like there was no knock, there was no anything like that. So I'm sitting there and I go to cover myself back up. I'm like, who the fuck is he? Who are you? He just look at me like, what's up? And keep walking past me, sitting in the living room to her in the kitchen. So now at this point, I'm sitting over here like, bruh, why in the fuck is this nigga so comfortable to just walk straight in your motherfucking house? I've never seen him before. The whole year before this very moment when we was in an actual relationship, before all the bullshit, I never met this man before or heard about this person in my fucking life. So where the fuck did he come from? So from that point forward, bruh, I just disconnected 1,000%, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to ease my way off of this bitch. Now, at the same time, before I got back started fucking with her, and right before I got rid of the nigga that I was fucking with, that's when I seen my current girlfriend. And it was never on no immediately, oh, I see you, you see me, we like each other, let's go. That's not what happened. We had a conversation. I let her know I had some shit going on, and I'm not trying to put nobody in no situation that ain't got nothing to do with them. So let's just be cool, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be cool. We can be friends and all that good old shit. Let me handle what I got over here with this nigga and this bitch. Let me get my situation taken care of, and then if that's what it's gonna be, then maybe we can proceed then. And that's exactly what happened. So if you want to use the word cheating, that's insane. So, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't talking to each other. Like, I wasn't sneaking around to go hang out with my girl. No, it was none of that. I was barely texting her phone back. And she will tell you that I was barely texting her back in the beginning because it was just like, bruh, I don't want nobody to do me like that. So why the fuck would I do somebody like that? I could not do that type of shit, right? So I started seeing her and this Keisha bitch started getting real close, you know what I'm saying? Instead of Keisha calling me and telling me that she needed a ride and me calling my bitch to tell her to go pick her up and bring her to work, there was no more communication through me. The communication started straight through her and Keisha. Keisha would call her phone. They'll be, you know, calling each other. Fuck Veronica, you know what I'm saying? So, but also at this time, I'm plotting to get the fuck on. How I'm gonna do this, you know, the easiest way possible, right? So, I don't know. A group of niggas that came into my gas station one fucking day, and I was already fed up because she did some stupid shit and it pissed me the fuck off. Oh, she kept lying about this whole cousin shit. The cousin that she was with, that when she cheated on me with the first bitch, she's back in town and now they back hanging out. Now, mind you, we had already had a conversation and I said, if we finna be back hanging around each other, I'm not finna be dealing with you hanging around her because I already know what that got you in the first time and God knows what it's gonna get you in this second time type shit. So we already had that conversation, but she was still making it her business to fucking be around this girl. So I'm sitting over here like, oh, okay, she don't give a fuck. So okay, great. So I wanted to sit her ass down and let her know, like, I'm starting to feel smothered. Maybe I thought that this is what I wanted again, but I realized that this ain't it. I want space. I need time to clear my head and figure out what it is that I actually want for myself, and it ain't about you or nobody else but me. Nobody but me. And this is where she's going to start trying to play in, oh yeah, she cheated on me with this person, but how can I cheat on you when I sat you down and let you know what I was finna do? And if I ask you for space and I need to figure out what I need to figure out for myself and you don't want to accept those words, that's not on me, boo. That's on you. You heard the words, you just didn't want to fucking listen to them. You're fucking delusional. We all know that. Okay, great. So at this point, like I told y'all, like, it's starting to get real hectic up there at the gas station with me and my employees because I'm a cool ass boss, you know what I'm saying? I always was, you know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of my employees thinking that we was more friends than coworkers, or, you know, manager to employee type shit. So they would feel like they can mind my business. Don't mind my business, bitch. My personal business ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your fucking business. If it ain't got nothing to do with the high road, don't mind your fucking business. Mind it. So now at this point, everybody talking, right? Everybody talking. So she still couldn't get it. A week done passed. And I'm sitting here like, girl, I'm finna go home. Because you just don't understand. I'm asking you for space and all this other motherfucking shit. I'm telling you I don't want to be in this. I don't want to do this and this and this. And you will not leave me the fuck alone. So I said, fuck that shit. I'm finna go. I'm finna go home. I'm finna go to the house where I pay bills at. I'm tired of this shit. Because now at this point, it's no longer about wanting to get away. Now I'm irritated because you're not even listening to the fucking shit that I'm saying. Because you're just worried about yourself. Damn, that last part kind of made me a little upset. So I forgot where I left off, but so now, you know what I'm saying, shit's a little hectic up there at the store. Keisha and Gabby, they communicating with each other behind my back. They think I don't know, but I'm not as slow as everybody assumes that I am, you fucking bitch. So around this time, now we're back in the we're around May. Now, right, May is where her birthday comes in. Her birthday is in May. It's the same weekend as Mother's Day weekend. So when I first met her, the May before that, when we first started fucking with each other, it was 2 weeks before her birthday, and she specifically came out and let me know, like, my birthday is coming up, but Mother's Day is also coming up, and I don't want it to be celebrated together. I want you to celebrate me for Mother's Day, and then I want you to celebrate me for my birthday. And I made sure that I did that 2 weeks into hanging around this stupid bitch. But I still did that. Okay, cool. But when my birthday came around that year, and when November came around, which is the month that my mom and my grandma passed away, and then December, 2 weeks after my mom and my grandma passed away, that's my birthday. But when those times came around for me, guess what you was doing? You was laid up with a bitch. So when it came around again this year, when we was back being cool, I had specifically, I went ahead and let her know, like, bruh, I know it's your birthday coming up, but I still feel the way I feel about my birthday. You didn't do shit for me. Look at what you was doing on my birthday. So I'm not getting you shit. So now at this point, she had already, planned a trip with her mom for like some type of family reunion or some shit like that, and a Mother's Day something her family was having in Chicago. So yeah, I went ahead and I done agreed to go ahead and go out of town with this bitch to Chicago with her family. So I'm like, okay, great. So me and her, we ride in the car, her mama drive, and you know what I'm saying, we all down there and we all sitting at the function. We was down there for like 2 or 3 days, I'm not really sure. But as we down there, you know what I'm saying, she wants to show me off to all her family members, got me laughing and smiling at everybody's face, everybody laughing and smiling at my face, and mama wants to sit here and take pictures with me like we just all cool and shit. And in the midst of me sitting out here in Chicago with this bitch, it clicked. I said, and I still got the picture of me and her mama sitting on the porch at the function, I think I would have to find it. At the function. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, y'all just let this girl do whatever she wants, whatever it is that she wants to do. There is no repercussions behind it. Y'all laughing and smiling up in my face. If she leave if she leave right now and come back with a whole bitch, y'all gonna be laughing and smiling at her face too. Y'all can't be trusted. I said, I cannot trust these people. That's what I'm sitting here telling myself in my head. Now, mind you, the same day of the function, she sat there and she got shit-faced drunk. She got drunk as hell. I don't know if the bitch was fighting demons that day or whatever else. She was too comfortable. She was back by her family. I don't know what it was, but she got shit-faced drunk that day, so we ended up having to leave the function early and drive her back to the hotel. Drove back to the hotel. She drunk as hell, blah, 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 blah. The next, she in the bed all night. I'm nursing her back to health because she's drunk. When we get back to Clarksville, maybe 2 days after that, I sit her down and I was like, you know what I'm saying, I understand I just took this trip with you. Now, mind you, on this trip, there was we didn't do any of that. There was none of that going on because she was too wrapped up behind her family and grandmas and all the other shit. So we wasn't spending that time together to where we was, hunching. So that was not happening on this trip. You know what I'm saying? Because a few weeks after this, we wasn't really doing anything sexual, only off of the fact that I already felt like it was some bullshit going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a fan of knowing that there's some bullshit going on and still, you know what I'm saying, that's not really my thing. You know what I'm saying? This is probably second time I done, but we'll get there on another day. So, we get back to Clarksville, I sit her down, you know what I'm saying, I let her know, like, in her kitchen, I'm like, bruh, I'm not there no more. You know what I'm saying? That bit of delusion that I was in, I'm out of it now. You know what I'm saying? I came to my senses. This ain't where I want to be. I'm getting my stuff. I'm going home. I'll see you around. I wish you nothing but the best, but I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So she was not able to understand the words that I was fucking saying. So now at this point, she calling Keisha. You know what I'm saying? She telling Keisha, I think this is what's going on. I think this is what's going on. Now, mind you, I still work at the fucking gas station. So with me going to work still every day, like everything is fucking fine. Oh, okay. Boom, 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 boom. So there was a situation to where I think she came up to the gas station to ask me if we could talk. I said, sure. And it's probably like a couple days after I told her I was fucking leaving and I went home. We pulled up so we can talk. I got in the car. She's parked in front of the gas station. And as we're sitting in the car parked, my current girlfriend, she's standing over here on the side, you know what I'm saying, on her lunch break. So Gabby sees her and she immediately is like, oh, do you know her? I was like, I do. She was like, oh, yeah, she a stud. I said, no, the fuck, she's not no stud. Well, how you know that? I said, because I already asked her was she a stud. She said, no. Well, when did she ask you that? I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter. When me and you weren't communicating, she asked me for my number and I gave it to her. But we haven't really talked to each other. Pissed her off. The bitch sat there in the fucking in the car, started crying. What the fuck are you crying for? So now, mind you, it's fucking summertime. So after this situation, I get out the car. She got a fucking attitude. She went home. She texted my phone fucking paragraphs. Blah, 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 blah. So a couple days go by and I'm getting off work. I don't know what I was doing. I was leaving work early a lot sometimes. But anyways, neither here nor there. I don't work there anymore. Fuck y'all. So I get off work. I'm walking home. Like I said, the gas station's here. I got to walk up this side street right here, then walk up the main street right here, which is the street. Gas station's here. I got to walk up the side street over here. You know what I'm saying? And then walk on the main street past Gabby's house to get to my house. You know what I'm saying? So I have to pass her house. So as I'm walking off the parking lot, my current girlfriend, I don't know if she was pulling off. She was doing something. But either way, she asked me if I wanted to ride, and I said yes. It was hot as fuck outside. These wigs be sweating off. Do y'all not understand? Like, bruh, if someone offered me a fucking ride, I can say yes or no. That's my decision. You can't tell me what to do. I'm grown. So as I get in the car with my current girlfriend, and we ride past Gabby's house. It's her standing outside. It's her mama standing outside. Everybody just standing outside watching us drive by. Now, me personally, did I feel some type of way about that? Absolutely not. Because you know why? I am not with you. I'm single. I made it clear that I didn't want to be with you. You just didn't want to understand what the words that was coming out of my fucking mouth. That's not my problem. That is yours. So we pull up to the house. I go upstairs. We was finna, smoke and take a couple shots or whatever the case may be. Now, mind you, no. Me and this lady has never hung out with each other before. She's never been to my house. She never knew where I lived before that day. None of that had ever took place. The only thing that this lady knew about me was that I worked up here at the gas station and I was cute. That's it. And I had a smart mouth too. But she got one too. So that's the only thing she knew about me up until that day. So we pull up to the house. I go upstairs to go put my bag and shit down. And my sister's in the house. My girl, she's standing at the door. She in the door. But then next thing you know, not even 5 minutes after we get in the fucking house, bro, all you hear is somebody banging on my fucking door. It's this Gabby bitch banging on my door with a gun. Excuse you? So now my sister like, who is this? Babe, she like, I got this, because I'm sure I already know who it is. And me, I'm like, no, you get the fuck out the way. I got this. I'm not scared of this. I'm not scared of this fucking girl. So by the time we make it down the fucking 14 steps I got in my house, by the time we make it down the fucking steps, the bitch done made it all the way back to her car. She's sitting in her fucking car with the windows rolled up. So I'm looking like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, if you don't get your bitch ass away from over here, why are you at my house? Why? So she finally fucking pulls off. She texts my phone. Mama was outside waiting to see you. This. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Oh, that's why you didn't want me to come get you from work today? It's because you had somebody else coming to get you from work today? Girl, I can have anybody I please come get me from work. What you're really mad about is because she is who she is. And you could never be the type of woman that she is. That's what you're mad for. That's what you're mad for. So now at this point, Gabby done called Keisha and told Keisha that she seen me with another bitch in my house. So now Keisha's on her way to Gabby's house. Keisha done spent the night at Gabby's house, right? So now it's Keisha, Gabby, the young Anaya bitch employee that I have, and the fat black gay boy friend that I had. They all at Gabby house talking about V. Oh, Veronica done did this. You doing wrong. Keisha's like, you didn't have to do her like that. You doing that girl wrong, blah, 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 blah. But the whole time, me and Keisha was friends, right? So as us being friends, I'm sitting here venting to you about certain things in my relationship. You take those things and you tell this bitch I said something, well, the complete opposite than what I fucking said. And you telling me to leave the bitch.